Nah, your era is not ours. Ceremony masters, Moorish Quran. I won't root for masters. Knowledge from the MSTA National College. 4 quadrants are elements. What's the relevance? 4 is also directions, mundane cross. If you want a solid foundation, build on all 4s. Constant building when Mars are on the square. Tetraphobia is seeing 4s and being scared. At Earth's 4 corners are all the forecasts. Warriors, merchants, and high priests forecast. Servants and laborers do what is ordered. Inquisition know about 4, they draw and quartered. 4 letters in Jehovah and Yahweh, possibly quatrain. 4-line poems of prophecy. I chain 4th choir, youth on cultivation. Energy of 4, mystic realm, divination. You need 4 eyes to keep watch on enemies. Seeing 4 is universe speaking through energies. 4 means focus, be prepared on your path. Life path 4s are the ones that won't turn backs. Plus meticulous execution of projects and plans. Professor Drew Ali, Egyptian adept, the man. 4 energy, 13, 22, and 31. 4 derives its energy from tone and vibration.
Came through to activate the Lamb of God. Generate, operate, destroy your mob. The crown chakra 7 inches, 4 gates on the top. Listen up, pay attention. Time to end the deadlock, red lock. Headshot, headshot. We do it like the giants in the book of Enoch. That's big, so notorious, but I ain't flexing choppers. Really tapping into my medulla oblongata, showstopper. Cut the circus act, the prophet pulled the curtains back. The way I bring the hammer down, they say the earth is flat. Stepping through the pillars, Joaquin and Boaz. Solomon simple, young spiritual nomad. Coming off the temple, 7 hermetic principles. This is alchemy, transmutate when they challenge me. Leave them shocked, no Palpatine. Sever heads if you doubting me.
4 paths in the circumference, 7s in the circle, only nobles in my circle. Weaving through traffic, we ain't operating commercial. Surgical, these dispositions cause vertigo. This that soul tint flow, the elo within, and vertigo. The eye of Allah, sapphire, I'm resurrecting the empire. No partial, the entire, I'm here to admit fire. Flammable, they ramble, bro, we talk with precision. Focused on the mission, yeah, binocular vision. I'm seeing through the eyes of a prism. You don't open your mind, you'll be in prison. Victim to your own stagnation. Venus flags waving. Stone, no cavemen. I broke it down, layman. Yeah, basics. The team I support like training wheels and braces.
It never occurs to man having too much earthly drenches the world and blood soul becomes unworthy, even though it's perfect. In the body of a fool you better use the carpenter's tools, no opinions but truths. Get out the feudal mind state, Slavic and stateless. Don't wanna be a mob but wearing Masonic aprons. Call yourself shades, colors, and land masses. Kicking you niggas asses to put on nationality glasses. Big mad in the store seeing the massless. Haters need exemptions, witness or they ass kiss. One of the best Moorish MCs talking about practice. The way we pull up references, mind callous. I'm balanced, meditate on social media detox. Study secrets of righteous Moorish Enochs. Canaanland Khalifa, L-bomb, hip-hop, epoch. Feudal minded are the dipset, we Elodio D-block. No verses, rituals, scratch the surface. Put reverses on the feudal mental slave curses. Freedom is a must, free national standards. Even NBA players are anti-vaxxers. Common sense is only common with the few. Claim a slave name, negro, learn to make do. Playing the corporate game when we were free in Peru. Y'all been brainwashed, waiting on Nibiru. While y'all loving the fake juice, my tang is who. Stab vamps with the pointed cross before his fang is through. Get stabbed like ice, shot like a corkscrew. Elodio minded, never civil or mortus.
Picture worth 1,000 words. I paint pictorials with these nouns and verbs. My appetite is hard to curb, customs I preserve. You got an empress in your corner, y'all from the curb. To get your mind blown out, just send a word. I orelate and captivate. Oh, you ain't heard? To look forward, you gotta rewind it. Unrestricted thoughts, I'm Elodio minded. Harmonious vibe whenever I chime in. You listening to the X Factor like Simon. I dived in the waters and didn't make a ripple. thought it was sweet, like honeysuckle. Now Negroes running to me when they in a pickle, but when I tried to put them on, they was acting fickle. When I baptize, it's a flood, not a drizzle. Canaanland to Khalifa, we gon' make them shrimp.
I was doing time in the universal mind, but the universe is mind, blowing through wind chimes, penned in thin lines, sent to bend time in rhyme from here to midnight. Then I'm off to the next plane she chooses to send me to master this pen game. Somebody is sensei, I'm your idol, the highest title, numero uno, holder in due course. Your mortgage is fool's gold, truth told, wicked dead pledge, I'm wiping my culo. I'm the title and the deed, held in high esteem, neither serf nor a fief, so don't try it with me. Your cognitive dissidence, fraudulent instruments, a hit or miss, and kick your mitts off of my hereditament. Elodio minded, you've been blinded, searching for the donors gifts, you won't find it. They stray misguided while I stay the livest. This is all 9 lives, synchronized in perfect stat, time after time, averting certain death before you leave. Must relieve karmic debt which beget this war within us. Our C-Tech best, dust off records, our forebearers left, put the needle to the groove, return to their mindset, download begins, rewind cassette, time is death, so then kill your clocks, this the will of Allah, filling you all to the rim and then some till it spills and it falls over all facets of the masses, transactions, composed in maxims, revising your cannons, drove past heaven, it was littered with abandoned mansions where adverse possessed like 5 or 6, gave them back their addresses, I got family moving in, forget the madness, let the reversion begin.
True Ali the mastermind, other leaders asinine, never dropping facts, use emotions to pass the time, never make it on my shrine, kundalini up the spine, halo glow to aftershine, make you see the sign of times, beeline to bloodline, Aquarian age flood mines, rhyme like a plumb line, sometimes it's bun time, rock mid-range deadly, all around the foul line, playback on front line, Moorish is my guideline, step and cause a fault line, throw your service offline, watch them get outshine, cross me like a state line, get cut like a break line, F you and your concubine, strangle with a fishing line, when I help is genuine, always from the heart, all chakras are intertwined, self you must redefine, more from the Sibyl line, not the clandestine, stake a vamp at chest line, sun stay stationary, shadow left behind, say you don't want to, not that you have no sign, see good in everything and how you must train the mind, give out some love and find peace sublime, water and the key lime, keeps the body alkaline, law should remain divine, not too much maritime, get all 13 journals of the Moorish paradigm, Israelites from Saraline, my path is the narrow line, thought you had the upper hand, I saw it like a tarot line.
I paint with the big pen, game 6, unity about as crucial as game 6 of the finals, I'm glowing like I won the title, but Ellen Beta noble titles, don't worship humans, that's a false idol, heavenly vibe coming from my recital, middle fingers to connivers and instigators, the truth to revive you like the liberators, so this a pump to the chest, utilize what's useful and throw away the rest, my vegan ways to put the beef to rest, my calling got directed like receptionist, so think mother every time you see a crest, the Moors is here to put that bullshit to rest, so think mother every time you see a crest, the Moors is here to bring that bullshit to rest.
When I step in the center, they can tell I'm a winner, live my life right, thank God log, I'm not a sinner, live my life like I'm passing through time, disastrous crimes, you kill it up, my people, my mask and your back is why.
This is all 9 lives, synchronized in perfect step, time after time, averting certain death before you leave, must relieve karmic debt which beget this war within us, our C-Tech best. rest. Dust off records, our forebearers left. Put the needle to the groove, return to their mindset. Download begins, rewind cassette. Time is death, so then kill your clocks. This the will of Allah, filling you all to the rim and then some till it spills and it falls over all facets of the masses. Transactions composed in maxims, revising your cannons. Drove past heaven, it was littered with abandoned mansions where adverse possessed like 5 or 6. Gave them back their addresses. I got family moving in. Forget the madness, let the reversion begin.
True Ali the mastermind, other leaders asinine. Never dropping facts, use emotions to pass the time. Never make it on my shrine, Kundalini up the spine. Halo glow to aftershoine, make you see the sign of times. Beeline to bloodline, Aquarian age flood mines. Rhyme like a plumb line, sometimes it's bud time. Rock mid-range deadly, all around the foul line. Playback on front line, Moorish is my guideline. Step and cause a fault line, throw your service offline. Watch them get outshine, cross me like a state line. Get cut like a brake line, F you and your concubine. Strangle with a fishing line, when I help is genuine. Always from the heart, all chakras are intertwined. Self you must redefine, more from the Sibyl line. Not the clandestine, stake a vamp at chest line. Sun stay stationary, shadow left behind. Say you don't want to, not that you have no sign. See good in everything and how you must train the mind. Give out some love and find peace sublime. Water and the key lime keeps the body alkaline. Law should remain divine, not too much maritime. Get all 13 journals of the Moorish paradigm. Israelites from Saraline, my path is the narrow line. Thought you had the upper hand, I saw it like a tarot line.
I paint with the big pen, game 6. Unity about as crucial as game 6 of the finals. I'm glowing like I won the title, but Ellen Beta noble titles. Don't worship humans, that's a false idol. Heavenly vibe coming from my recital. Middle fingers to connivers and instigators. The truth to revive you like the liberators. So this a pump to the chest. Utilize what's useful and throw away the rest. My vegan ways will put the beef to rest. My calling got directed like receptionist. So think mother every time you see a crest. The Moors is here to put that bullshit to rest. So think mother every time you see a crest. The Moors is here to bring that bullshit to rest.
When I step in the center, they can tell I'm a winner, live my life right. Thank God, log, I'm not a sinner, live my life like I'm passing through time. Disastrous crimes, you kill it up, my people, my mask and your back is why. You feeling the energy rise, because we open our eyes. We see the old skies and all them cop picking lies. That's how I battle enemies, I be using my energy. I move like a centipede, in the mirror see me. Pay attention to tendencies, trying to mess up the chemistry. We can be one big family, I do it for the nation. How many gon' stand with me? I got the prophet up front and you're mad at me. Can't love a man that look like you, but it's sad to see. I'm just acting like the children watching and it has to be. Nationality got me feeling like a dad to be. Grass sheep provide the beat and I just had to bring the heat. Khalifa society, Canaanland Moors, Moorish connection, rise of the Moors, 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 Moors.
Moorish MCs rhyme epic. Most of who you listen to rhyme pathetic. My flow is bloodline, most times prophetic. Your favorite rapper calls you black, that's synthetic. Always missing the mark like a shot in the dark. Your beat call it Oz with a letter of mark. At war with homo rapping queers winning awards. At war with NOI putting profit on fraud. Moroccan Empire, not North America wilderness. Nationality, the order and indigenous. And consul, most higher attorneys carrying dead around like weekend at Bernie's. Stress kills, stay happy the Gilmore. Vaccines aren't working, boosters to kill more. Shut down your organs, light foot like Gordon, or end up in a plastic room. Dexter Morgan, Webster's to your throat. Identity's born and stick up kids, no law, said Hawthorne. He also said Moors are the free white person. Niggas don't read, make them listen for learning. Wordsmith with malediction curses. Seal them with our verses, spit universes, while gay rappers dropping trans verses, pedophile rappers with their perv verses. Just do what you gotta do. If that don't work, just kick the facts. If you check onto my word of advice for you is just relax. Just do what you gotta do. If that don't work, just kick the facts. If you check onto my word of advice for you is just relax.
Intellect eclectic, that left coast vet spit, heat tested flaps meant to reset your metrics. Rethink your message when you're speaking that dead shit with connotative tongue. In need of a breath mint, see me and my brethren. Bring the antiseptic, rock turbans, fezzes, and a certain set of ethics. Nevertheless, kid, we waxing poetic, drenched in phonetics, cause breath is the essence, this that old time religion. Islamism, drawn to its rhythms, gone are all the schisms, brought on by inquisition, called unto this wisdom of self-discipline, no longer long for the ism. Word L, Ali Khan, Bay, Iron Sheik, all three pen epics when we let the pens leak, staining loose leaves. You goofies dead wrong. If you don't know like we know, step off.
Anybody claim they at it, meet me in the chamber, cause when this shit get mystical, I got them yelling danger. I be the son of Allah, these other haters strangers. Now the ground shaking like a Moorish invasion. Pull up to your safest haven, where we'll be waiting, and we bumping red flag waving, unite the nation. You got your queen, I got my empress, trust me there's a difference. And if you claiming that you roaming, I can't take no interest, no slowing up, so watch me leave them in the dust. For me to lead the competition's thinking it's a must. Apple crust, cause I'm Adon, vibrating with Eve, even though my black moon Lilith and Pisces. Hear a lot of talk, but I ain't seeing no action. What they say and what they do, it ain't matching. They like my energy, call it fatal attraction. Electrical magnetic beings, we get it cracked.
Happy Holy Day, Moors. Happy Holy Day. Honors to all the Moors worldwide.
You don't hear any other community talking this plural talk.
That's right.
They strictly speak for themselves.
You got to.
The Chinese in Chinatown speak for Chinese, right?
Right.
The Greeks in Greek towns speak for Greeks. The Hispanics in Little Village speak for Hispanics.
That's right.
Rightfully so. And black people speak for black people.
Oh, yes, sir.
Black Americans.
Good.
We're not African American. We're not people of color. We're not black and brown, minority.
That's right.
BIPOC, none of that. People, no, none of that. Strict, this is about our people demanding the resources, just as you're giving these people, these newcomers who are walking into this country.
All right, you're right.
And sister's correct. How do you take a new group of people that have paid no taxes, can't vote, and you put them in front of the voters?
I'm not going to pay them no damn taxes.
And so we say this to you, Mayor, Governor, President. If you think that they're that powerful that you have to acquiesce and answer to them over us, then you tell them to vote for you in these next elections.
That's right.
You tell them to support your Democratic National Convention. And we're going to show you how we feel about the Democratic National Convention.
Turn it out. Thank you.
If you think you're going to have a peaceful Democratic National Convention in the city of Chicago while our people are starving,
That's right.
stay tuned.
All right.
Office for them, you're going to have the same office for us.
Thank you.
We can help these people and we can help them immediately.
Stepping up to help refugees living on the street. Today, the effort to give asylum seekers a place to stay. Good afternoon. It's being called a crisis, one that's been building for weeks.
People who fled their homelands only to find themselves homeless here. There is still no clear solution from government, but today, members of the community are coming forward to help. CTV's Allison Hurst is live on Peter near Richmond with the details. Allison.
This has been an ongoing issue for weeks. People, asylum seekers, refugees sleeping here on the streets just outside of a city building. As all the levels of government argue over who must pay to house refugees, a Toronto businessman is pledging to take it on himself.
We're making phone calls to every landlord in the city. You have a space, let us know, right? I know your worries. It's your building. That's we can deal with it tomorrow or after tomorrow. These are walls, but you could do a bigger gesture where you're not doing it for free. We'll pay you.
A growing number of refugees and asylum seekers have been sleeping on Peter Street after hundreds have been turned away from Toronto's shelters since June.
I heard there was 3 pregnant women. This is unacceptable. This is shame on us, honestly. to be able to think about it. 3 pregnant women sleeping on the street in our city.
The stalemate starting because the city claims the federal government owes them more funds. The federal government's $215 million for refugee settlement dried up in March.
This is not the Canada that we're building. This is not the Canada that speaks about diversity. This is not the Canada that speaks about respect for each other.
At the same time, there are growing calls by advocates for Mayor Olivia Chow to fire the city's general manager of Shelter Support and Housing Administration if he does not resign over this.
That contravenes or goes against Toronto's own sanctuary city status or sanctuary city policy, as well as shelter standards. And so they're going against their own rules. And frankly, this act is discriminatory. It denies people emergency beds who need it, and we just think he has to go because of this.
The city funds 500 beds for refugees at a cost of $34 million. It says it needs more than $100 million in federal funding to cover the remaining demand. Mohammed Faki says it could take a number of days, maybe up to 5, to secure the beds, but they are making the calls right now, calling anyone who has perhaps a room at their place, university dorms, anywhere where someone could sleep and put their head down at night as they wait for their documents and papers to come through. He says they will be paid and fundraising is underway. Reporting live, I'm Allison Hurst. Raheem, back to you.
First, numbers make it simple to demonstrate a point. Therefore, I'll start with the stock market.
Leaders from organizations serving refugees are sounding the alarm over an urgent need for governments to address a growing crisis in Toronto. Shelters in the city have been at full capacity for months, and that has forced facilities to turn away refugees and asylum seekers. As a result, many of those people are now sleeping on the streets. The CBC's Ithel Musa has more from Toronto.
Organizations that help refugee communities in Toronto have gathered here outside a shelter in downtown Toronto to bring attention.
You think they got the quote-unquote refugee-looking reporter for no reason? Keep in mind. Keep in mind. The essential guide to understanding how Machiavellian people can hide the truth and use their knowledge of human behavior to manipulate, negotiate, and persuade. Just keep in mind.
To a crucial issue, homelessness, particularly among asylum seekers. They say people are being turned away at homeless shelters, and they want all levels of government to do something about it.
We appealed to the community to start opening up their homes. Now, I know this is a very foreign and strange concept to us.
You think the refugee-looking pastor, Reverend Eddie Jumba, and then he has his raptor hat on? Don't forget. An essential guide to understanding how Machiavellian people can hide the truth and use their knowledge of human behavior to manipulate, negotiate, and persuade. Tim Morton. Right? And they got all the refugees in the shot, you know, make the stuff look good. Right? Asylum seekers. Because whatever's going on in their country, Right.
You don't hear any other community talking this plural talk.
That's right.
They strictly speak for themselves. The Chinese in Chinatown speak for Chinese, right? The Greeks in Greek towns speak for Greeks.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting that they're going to talk how the prophet talks. And they're going to be up there talking about black people and have Moors in the back to try to convince Moors about some helping the migrants BS when these people owe Moors back taxes. These people owe Moors taxes since the 1400s. Back taxes. They can't find that finance. Whether it's state, federal, international, municipal, none of them go, oh yeah, with interest. Islam to the Moors in the chat. With interest, they owe back taxes to the Moors. And they can't find any finance to help Moors. As all of a sudden, they can find finance. All of a sudden, they could find finance to help some foreigners who ran away from their country for whatever reason. And then, when the government says, nah, we can't help them and all that stuff, here comes the foreigners, here comes the migrants, who are millionaires. Their pastor's a millionaire because they get funds from the government. Millionaire guy has finance. He's gonna pay. He's gonna pay. I just see Moors at their hotel right now, like we're supposed to have since the 1920s. If Moors had their hotel chain right now, the Moors could have went to all these businesses, these $1 million whoever's want to play philanthropists all of a sudden. Niggers dying for years. They didn't give a damn. Now their countrymen are dying and displaced and all that stuff. Now they got finance. Now they can help. Now they can help. Now they got finance all of a sudden. That they're able to assist these refugees to find somewhere to live. When the NBC was struggling, BS music era, crack era, everything else, everybody played like they don't know what's going on. Everybody, the Negro problem is your problem. The Negro problem is your problem. No one else is going to solve the Negro problem. The only people who are going to solve the Negro problem are the Negroes. What the Negroes need to realize, and the blacks and the coloreds need to realize, is that the problem was solved by Noble Drew Ali in the 1920s. That you wouldn't have to be looking like a punk bitch right now. You can't get your reparations. These people documented that they enslaved your ass in your own land. And you get nothing. You get nothing. Nothing for you. Nothing for you. Nothing for you. And here come these migrants taking your stuff that you're supposed to get so you can build up your community out here. Noble Drew Ali. And this is stuff Moore's been reading forever. Moore's already know what's up. But it seems like since Noble Drew Ali is the answer for everything, then we're just going to be redundant with Noble Drew Ali. And we ain't even bringing up anybody else. You're lucky you got Neil Morton's book, but you're not getting anything else. All you're getting is Drew Ali. We're going to read Divine Warning every damn day. Now we already know it's only going to sink in with the two in the back. So, you know, Moors, you just gotta bear with us as we be redundant, and the master teacher says. Right? Bear with us as we be redundant, because we already know you know all this stuff already. Or you can go somewhere else, go find something else to do as we be redundant with this stuff. As we keep using Noble Drew Ali as the spike bat to these people's head and to their kneecaps and anywhere else that they're leaving open for us to hit. Divine warning by the prophet for the nations. Divine warning by the prophet for the nations. And the nations, not for the blacks, not for the African slaves, for the nations. For the nations. Not for the temples, not for the Moorish Americans, for the nations. For the nations, plural, multiple parties. CC, nations. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name.
For them, you're going to have the same office for us.
That's right.
You don't hear any other community talking this plural talk.
That's right.
They strictly speak for themselves.
You got to.
The Chinese in Chinatown speak for Chinese, right?
Right.
The Greeks in Greek towns speak for Greeks.
That's right. One family bearing one free national name. One free national name. That's Noble Drew Ali. November, December, whatever, 2023. They're quoting Noble Drew Ali for you. Telling you to your face. The Greeks for the Greeks. The Chinese for the Chinese. The immigrant pastor looking after his fellow immigrants. The immigrant business owner looking after the immigrants. So if the immigrant business owner is looking after the migrants that come here, and the immigrant pastor is looking after the migrants that come here, remember, when the niggers were complaining, these people didn't have no finance to give or anything like that. And if they did give finance, it was to go to 2 black lesbians or whatever, to start some black whatever. Fat lesbians too. And these people ran off with all the finance. And everybody knew that an immigrant, Soros, an immigrant funded all that black BS. Immigrant funded all that black stuff. And what did he fund? Their own enslavement that they did to their own. They're going to take the finance and buy mansions instead of help the homeless. Get some food in these schools that they call education facilities. Pay off some people's stuff who they're having a hard time. They can go apply and get a $5,000 from the fund pot. From all the entertainer whoever's making finance off their people, because if the people don't buy these people's BS CDs and all that stuff and download their BS music, then they don't have anything. Well, and honors to Nas and the rest of them who started the fund to start providing health care and give some finance to the legends of hip-hop. Since the record companies and the radio stations and the record execs and the whoever's aren't going to do it. Honors to Nas. And he already told you what the problem is. He already told you what the problem is. And he did the album with Kanye where they had Circle 7, Moorish Pyramid and all that on the gear for the album release. So we know he knows, and he put it into action to show these goofballs. That's how we honor the old school. And we honor people who study Noble Drew Ali for real. Because they're going to do things to let you know that they know. But nah, they didn't do all that. They took the finance, went and bought mansions. And now the Negroes are sitting here. The blacks, the coloreds, the Indians, the whoever are sitting here. Playing around. Playing around. One family bearing one free national name. Chinese don't play yellow games. They don't play the yellow people. The yellow people need to do this or that. The yellow community. Yellow food. They're not talking like that. They're saying their free national name attached to their food, their cuisine. The Greeks not playing white games. I know Greeks, and they're proud to be Greek. They don't play that white BS. And if they're really on game, they're going to tell you about Etruscans and all that stuff. They'll tell you Greeks are Africans. You know, Europeans from Greece. Hercules, all of them were Africans. They don't got no history. Everybody's history is Moorish history. Any Greek's going to tell you, if they really know themselves, they're going to tell you about the Etruscans. They'll tell you that you go to Greece now, you're going to see dark-skinned people there. Why do you think Giannis is accepted Greek? Because remember, being born there doesn't make you a citizen. It's not white. They're going to rep Greece hard. They're going to rep I'm Greek hard. That's nationality. That's nationality. One family bearing one free national name. Yeah, when you go to Greek town out here, they rep that hard. And they've been repping that when we were in high school, in the 80s and 90s, they were already repping it. They're white people. No, they're not. They're Greek. They don't play that I'm white. They have a nationality. They have a nationality. They do not play around with calling themselves a color. No one does this. Only the niggers in North America do this. Even the people on the islands have enough honor to say at least rep the island. Not black. We from Trinidad, we're not black. Land, right? So they're repping for the land. They're standing for the land. But these weirdos in North America who don't know themselves are going to sit back and watch as another set of immigrants come here, establish themselves, just like everybody else did. Just like when our parents' generation were too incompetent and they didn't realize that houses are going to be $1 million in 50 years. In 50 years, houses are going to be $1 million. If every Asiatic who came here from the islands bought 4 houses when they came here, do you think you would be struggling right now? How would you be struggling right now? You would have been established, have a home and all that stuff passed down to you from your foremothers and forefathers. And now because you have a home You're able to have a certain mindset so that you can go into these learning institutions and get the information out and then bring it back so you can help build your nation. And then before, there was a Chinese community here, and a Sri Lankan community here, and a Hindu community here, and a Buddhist community here, and a whatever. There should have been a Jamaican community, and a Bajan community, and a Trinidad and Tobago community. And then they should have been just like how you see Chinatown, but there's Trinidad and Tobago town. Now that's where all the Trinis live, and all of them have a big house and all that stuff, 2-car garage, just because the house is worth $1 million now. That was $200,000. 2-car garage, mansion, $200,000. Now, we're saying 50 years ago, probably less than that. And then we came here and then we played games. And now you're complaining about, oh, some refugees are taking our stuff. Because the refugees are taking our stuff. The refugees are taking our stuff, so we're going to complain that you should be supporting black stuff. Well, they haven't supported black stuff to right now. Why would they support black stuff now? Have they supported black stuff to date? No, they haven't, because that's why you're bitching right now. So if right now they already haven't supported you for the past how much ever years, then why do you think that because some refugees who have nationalities come here and they get funding or whatever like that, why do you think that staying black is going to get you what you're complaining about you don't have? Right? And then Moors are going to talk about, see, there's articles and there's flyers and there's files of the Moors being republics. And look, see, the Moors are republics. 1960s, they were republics. So we should say that we're a republic right now. No, we shouldn't, because Moors, just like Moore said in the chat, Moors made Noble Drew Ali Plaza get sold. Moors did that. Moors had, go do your research on Noble Drew Ali Plaza in Brooklyn and all the prominent whoever's who lived in that community. That every day, all day, they're passing this place named Noble Drew Ali Plaza. Now, Queens has projects, and Noble Drew Ali had projects. So Moors could have their own stuff. And a Moor owned it. A Moor owned it. And then where is it now? Oh yeah, somebody got it now, being slumlord with it. Change the name and all that stuff just to bury your prophet. Just to bury your prophet and what he brought. No, Noble Drew Ali didn't bring Moorish Republic anything. Where's that at? And like we said the other day, if Republic of New Africa in the 60s could have fezzes and turbans and all that, and you still don't have what it is that you have right now, maybe it's because you're playing this Black Africa BS. Because you got a fez on if you're not a Moor? Will you go in When you going on the news or wherever, you're going to a press conference, and then no Moors are talking, they're just standing there. No Moors are talking? No one's talking? Moors just there? Moors just there? Part of the props? Part of the stage? How they get part of the stage and never got the mic? Well, maybe they did get the mic because, they were letting people go up and talk, it looks like. So maybe they did get the mic. If anybody knows if these Moors got the mic, we want to hear what these Moors had to say, or if they're just props in the back. To have Moors. Oh my God, see, Moors are there, so we should get down with... Get down with what? Get down with what? I really don't like Noble Drew Ali, huh? I really don't like Noble Drew Ali. Because in the hadiths and prophecies of Noble Drew Ali, you can get that on khalifamedia.com just to go read for yourself. Number 32, Noble Drew Ali said that Chicago is doomed and Detroit must go down for what they have done to I, your prophet. You think this stuff going on is not Noble Drew Ali? You think the refugee crisis isn't their judgment for going against the prophet Noble Drew Ali? Playing all these games? Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all the inferior names and abuses and mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. Isn't funding some foreigners? Okay, so there's a government in this land, right? We're going with the narrative, right? There's a government in this land, and then they agreed that slavery is wrong. Then they said no slavery anywhere. All the slaves are free. And then the people who enslaved the slaves didn't say, oh, sorry for us enslaving you slaves. Here's your whatever you're owed, 40 acres and a mule. Here's your whatever you're owed. So, we can be on even ground. And then 2023, you're looking around and all you're seeing is all these other foreigners here. And then they have the best cars and they have all the businesses. And you just have the projects and hair salons. You might have a nail store. You might have a one community somewhere in the bushes somewhere that 20 people said, okay, let's just put some finance in a pot and just go buy a community over there. And then you're looking around and all you're seeing is other people selling and you're the only one buying. Unless you go to a Japanese spot and you see Japanese people in there because that's their spot. And only a foreigner is going to have the mindset to say, hey, we're going to go to this land, establish ourselves there, and keep inviting people to come over there so that we can build a community, a home away from home. And then they build their home away from home. And they build it. It's there right now for you to see. And the foreign businessman who has business here that he only serves his own community or whatever like that, gives millions to his nation for them to have community center, for them to have a library, for them to have a bank, for them to have whatever it is that they have, their own. Their own. And then you look at our community and then all we have is projects, hoods. That's it. A food store over there, one food store amongst 50 other businesses. All of them are by a foreigner. And we have one food store. Every Uber you get in, it's a foreigner. Now your own people didn't tap into that market. How come everybody is doing that except our people? And again, remember, these foreigners who are already here and established, they're now using refugee crisis to bring more of their people here to keep pushing you out, nigger. And you want to play games with debating Moors. And we're only talking to the two in the back because we already know the masses aren't waking up. They're asleep. So this is not some mass thing. This is for those who are sick and tired and being sick and tired. And they're about positive change. You're the one who needs this. The dummies, they can't do nothing with this. So we give honors to Noble Drew Ali. Because he told us it's a divine warning by the prophet for the nations. And we didn't even read a paragraph yet. Do you know we didn't even read a paragraph yet? How is it that we didn't read a paragraph yet and we can go on for another 2 hours? Just on a paragraph. Unfinished. We have a whole document to read. And in a paragraph. Drew Ali laid out everything that was going to be going down that we're going through right now. In a divine warning to the nations. But I guess if you're not a nation, you're not going to know, are you? Oh, but all the other nations, they got the message. When they come here, they don't play yellow people, right? They play their nationality, don't they? Free national name, right? When they come from somewhere else and set up something here, they don't play colors. It's their identity. Only our people do that BS. Only the people who classify as nigger, that's how I keep saying nigger, so you know who we're talking about. You're not going to excuse when I say nigger. But G-G-E-R, G-G-A, G-J-A-H-N-A-G-A, whatever, nigger. You already know who we're talking about. You people. Playing around. Playing around. Noble Drew Ali said, he called it a dirty war. They're not even Moors yet. People are niggers. Just came off the plantation yesterday. They still have their scraggly clothes on. They still, their hair's not comb or whatever. Oh, there's the countdown. But we're not done. Just get back on here, because we could beat these people up some more with this Drew Ali spike bat. So just get back in here. We'll be right back.
then you boxed in. The shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Levitate, this hoverboard rap. Thank me now, you're welcome like a floor mat. Beat my format, tarot deck, I sort that. Pulled the magician, now you see my forecast. Royal Palace in the crystal ball. I'm a fully spitting bullets, that's John Wall. We dialing up classics and it's on call. How you bounce back after the fall? That's a question. We building, not finessing. You got complaints or suggestions. Decided law is my reference. Y'all decorate. The essence is my preference. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find a nation. No hesitation with the demonstration. On my back is where you find a nation. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Step into this ring, the gods of war sing. Drums steady pounding through the bloodstream, coursing. Heed their warning just before the sword swings. Move north 4 degrees, avoiding its sting. Listen to their voices, sight unseen. Quiet all the noises, focus on just being. I am one with the breeze that eases through the trees. I am one with the earth underneath your feet. I am water walking land in the form of man, the king of Siam. I am that I am. I'm that fire that's burning deep inside your heart. The synchronized senses moving your body parts smoothly with fluidness, highly intuitive. Knew the movements of your fists before you even did. With each step left, right, feeling oddly compelled, cause the shadow box with God is to spar with the self.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman.
Recognize your dark aspects, I don't mean skin tone. Outside shoes in the house, demons you bring home. Outside clothes on your bed, sleep with a night hag. Paralysis when you sleep, dreams every night bad. Subconsciously suppressed aspects, acts called jump. About negative behaviors, unravel is done. See the deepest trauma and guilt you push away. Causes depression, addiction and anger you display. Identity is central to the practice of magic. Witchcraft help you rewrite and conquer your habits. Detrimental to the growth, exploring the shadow self of man. Learn the lesser banished with pentagrams. Get a black candle, a pen or a pin. Scratch shadow emotions and let the healing begin. Light it and meditate, burn it down to the end. It's locked in. This is what we call shadow boxing.
Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow boxing, this shadow boxing. Perfect your craft, become a marksman. Shadow boxing, the shadow boxing. You close-minded, then you boxed in. This shadow.
Yeah. So these people playing around with Noble Drew Ali. Stay playing with Noble Drew Ali. When you got it in the warning, told them, those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables. I think you're classed as undesirable if you can't get reparations yet, and foreigners, immigrants, refugees came here yesterday and they got reparations. Don't tell me anything about being Negro, black, colored, Indian, or whatever like that. If some foreigners could get reparations, nobody even enslaved them. They're just getting reparations. And these niggers who've been here can't get anything yet. Don't tell me that you're not mistreated. Because if that's the pinnacle of mistreatment. Somebody do something to you and not give you any remedy. for what they did to you? You just got to hold that? And because they're classed as undesirables, they are now subject to all inferior names. Is black a superior name? Is black a superior name? No, it's not. Is Negro a superior name? No, it's not. Is African Canadian? No, it's not. Is Black Canadian? No, it's not. Well, they have the Black Awards or the Black... A what? A what? They got the Black what? The Black Award. Because the Black's award. That's why you got an award. Big dummy. Everybody else gets trophies. Only your dumbass gets awards. Goof. There's a difference between an award and award. There's difference. Those aren't the same. Award and award are two different things. Award is a slave. A ward is a slave. The stuff when you go on the stage and all that stuff, that's not an award. That's an award. That's an award. You get an award. When Negro, blacks, and coloreds go on the stage, they're not getting an award. They're telling the world their award because they got a black award. This is not advanced. This stuff is in your face. Stuff right there on your nose. You're looking for your glasses, you're wearing them. I can't seem to find my glasses. That's wardship. Do you find me? You find me somewhere where the Negro is superior. Find me somewhere the Negro is superior. Right? The lake, that's a Negro. That's not superior. The river, that's a Negro. That's not superior. It's a river. River's subordinate in the jurisdiction of waterways. River is a ward. River's not the supreme being. Ocean, the supreme being. Space, supreme being. Lake, the lake ain't nobody. River, that's nothing. Stream ain't nobody. Streams, the bum just walking around. Just find every little crack to go into and all that stuff. Ocean is the jurisdiction. That's the supreme jurisdiction. A Negro is a river. River is a ward in the jurisdiction of water. A trickle is a ward. Space is a supreme jurisdiction. Ocean is a supreme, is superior. So Negro is definitely an inferior name in the jurisdiction of rivers, so why would it be superior in the jurisdiction of human beings? Negro is a chimpanzee. If people came from monkeys, then why they're still monkeys? How come they never turn to people? Are you a goof? In the realm of primate, the Negro is the lowest one, the smallest one. Then you got silverback and all that. That you wish it was Tyson that held you instead of a gorilla. You wish it was him punching you in the face. You beg, please let me get my ass kicked by Mike Tyson instead of a gorilla. Please. I'll take his before I take the gorilla's ass kicking. The beast get a hold of you. You see what happened. The Negro in the realm of the monkey world is a ward. 80% of monkeys will kick a Negro monkey's ass. Just lean on him and he's done. Just lean on him. That's all. That's all gorilla has to do. Just put his thumb on a monkey and monkey's done. Negro's nothing in the primate world. Nothing. So if in the primate world Negro's nothing, what makes you think that Negro is superior when we're dealing with people? How is this matching up? Like how are you not seeing that Negro in the realm of people is obviously going to be the lowest too? Right? If we go to the aquatic world. The blackamoor fish is a popular fish. Blackamoor fish made movie. Like Gil, Saving Nemo and all that. That's blackamoor fish. He's the man in the whole stuff. Why is he the man? Because that's how it is in the sea world. So if the blackamoor is superior, and we're not even saying that a blackamoor could go up against a whale or a shark or something. Blackamoor is a little fish compared to fish, but he's the man. Blackamoor fish is revered in the fish world. And that'll be interesting if there's a Negro fish. As a matter of fact, let's just check. Right? Of course there's a Negro fish. Blackfish. Ultra blackfish. Blackfish, black rockfish. Right? So in the fish world, they haven't got Negro in the fish world. There's not even a Negro fish. There's a Moor fish though. there's a Moor fish though, but there's no Negro fish. So in the world of aquatic life, Negro doesn't even exist there. So what makes you think, Mr. Know Thyself guy, because you went to some march, you went and picket for some black crap, what makes you think that Negro means something in the realm of human beings? If in the aquatic world, Negro doesn't even exist in that realm. In the realm of language, Negro is a subordinate. Moor is superior. You get more reverence from the word Moor than the word Negro. If you do your research on it, on the word, you would get more information on Moor than you would on Negro. So what makes you think that being Negro is superior? Remember, the sauce isn't lost. You're lost in the sauce. The sauce isn't lost. The sauce knows that it's sauce, and its job is to lose you. The sauce knows. You're the big dummy. Now, you're the big dummy in the bucket with the crabs, talking about the crab in the bucket, and everybody is outside the bucket looking at you like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Those who fail to recognize the free national name of their constitutional government are classed as undesirables and are subject to all inferior names and abuses. Margaret Sanger, Planned Parenthood, were those abuses? Or we're not going to count that as abuse? Ike and Tina, were those abuses? All these black whoever's that had all these black sisters on the casting couch to give them a little BS part in some movie or whatever. Isn't that abuses? Those are abuses, right? And then how you get those abuses? Because someone who has a nationality is taking someone who doesn't care about nationality and using them against their own people who don't care about nationality. And mistreatments that the citizens care to bestow upon them. So all these inferior names come with abuses and mistreatments that people with a nationality are going to use against them. Like have a store that's only in our community, but it's not us running it. And then all our people go to that store. All our people go to that store. That was supposed to be our people's store. That they bought. That they bought. All the names come with abuses and mistreatments that people who have nationalities will be able to bestow on our people. And it is a sin. It is a sin for any group of people to violate the national constitutional laws of a free national government. Right? Their constitutional government, right? Their own. And cling to names and principles that delude to slavery. Yeah, supreme honors to the ancestors. Because we're not Muslim. So we honor our ancestors, because you already got the lesson, honor thy mother and father so your days can be long on the earth land. You already got the lesson from your prophets on that. So for somebody to tell you now, don't honor your ancestors, you've been doing libation all these years, seeing ancestors working for you from the soul plane, and you're not going to give them honors? You think Shaolin Temple has 10-pound incense, burning incense all day, just for the place to smell like frankincense? We're not Muslim. We honor our ancestors. I don't know what Moors you people listen to. Because any Moor who doesn't honor their ancestors is clinging to the names and principles that delude to slavery. Because in ancient culture, we honored our ancestors. Go check. You think we have Sibyls and all that for? What do you think the witches of Salem and all that stuff is for? Because they weren't honoring their ancestors? Yeah, they were honored. That's why they made them witches of Salem. Because they were wise women. And again, Salem is Salam. And Salam, isn't that Arabic? Isn't that Moorish? Isn't that pertaining to the Moors? Our people cling to the names and principles that delude to slavery. Not honoring your forefathers means that master's gonna get you because you don't have your ancestors' protection that you need to survive in this realm. You're not going to survive here without honoring your ancestors, people who came before you and laid the groundwork for you to be where you are right now. You're not just here because of nobody before you. So why wouldn't you honor them? You're here because of them. No, we're not going to honor them. We're going to honor Allah, and we're going to honor our prophet, and that's it. So your uncle who made the peanut punch that made you just want to, oh my gosh, what is this? You just fat off peanut punch before dinner. can't even eat dinner, have to force. You're not gonna honor him. You know the peanut punch was the peanut punch. You know it was. No, just honor Allah only. Don't worry about your ancestors. You don't need to honor them. That's idol worship. Honoring your grandma is idol worship. As if they don't matter or something. As if they don't matter. Well, everything is Allah, so we're just going to honor Allah. Allah was in the form of your ancestors. So you can't honor Allah without honoring your ancestors. How can you not honor your ancestors but honor Allah? And be pushing this idea as if that's some type of reality. Now you could just honor Allah only. Take it so both my parents were teachers. I'm not dumb nigger. Came from two parent household and all that. I, the prophet, was prepared by the great God Allah to warn my people to repent from their sinful ways and go back to the state of mind of their forefathers. Forefathers? Divine and national principles. Go back to the state of mind of your forefathers. Divine and national principles. Do that. Don't worry about that more over there. We're telling you 700. You don't need consultation from him. You need to go back to the foremothers and forefathers' mind state. You don't need to go back there. There's one prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Allah sent him. He told you honor your forefathers. Go back to their mind state. Why are you going back to your forefathers? You need some specific ones. The state of mind of our forefathers was divine. That they will be law abiders and receive their divine rights as citizens. Once you repent from the sinful ways, of clinging to names and principles that delude to slavery, you will go back to the state of mind of your forefathers. The problem is the slave names, the brands, the things that delude to slavery. And then we don't realize that we're in slavery because we're using these damn names. It doesn't register in the brain with our people. This is why it's just about the two in the back who want to wake up. This ain't about, more has been on this knowledge. Moors are just here so we could be in a place as Moors together and not have any issues. And anybody come in here with some craziness, whatever, they get the spiked bat and they leave. Then we can go back to our being around each other as Moors, since we can't be everywhere physically. So we make use of these things, these devices and whatever. There are Moors beyond damn Snapchat or whatever till 2 a.m. building. Just because they can. And they ain't got anybody else trying to hear what Moors are talking about. Anybody else trying to hear we're talking about Noble Drew Ali and reading what he said, instead of all these nigger leaders who they keep pushing and reading what they said. Why don't they read the people what Drew Ali said? It's really interesting how they don't want to read what Drew Ali said, but they read what everybody else said. But when what Drew Ali said is laying down the groundwork for you to get out of slavery and stop serving carnal customs and merely ideas of man, and go back to your forefathers' mindset, like everybody else went back to their forefathers' mindset. Chinese went back to their forefathers' mindset. Germans went back to their forefathers' mindset. Peruvians went back to their forefathers' mindset. Everybody went back to their forefathers' mindset, except who? The dumb niggers in North America, who don't want to know themselves. And they think that because they have a mansion with a pool in the back and 5 million cars and 80 million sneakers, that they did something. They did something for us to cheer about. They didn't do jack. That's why these people right now, they're using their snitching on their self lyrics as evidence against them. And these dumbasses are still out here snitching on themselves. Where they hit the body from the whatever. Right now. Right. January 18th, 2022, they're supposed to be blocking rap lyrics from being used in court. They're supposed to be blocked. They're supposed to use their mogul status and fix this issue. To the point even,
John Holmston, a retired CIA agent, has admitted on national Russian television that the CIA was behind the creation of the 1980s hip-hop scene and financed major hip-hop acts including NWA, Africa Boombata, and Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. The government at the time spent, quote, big money, serious money, on this covert operation destined to further division and corrupt American youth to nihilist, anti-establishment, and anti-American ideologies, he explained in a half-hour interview broadcast on national television. Famous hip-hop songs of the legendary hip-hop outfit NWA were even scripted by a team of psychologists and war propagandists of the CIA. F the police, and when I'm called off, I got a sawed off, squeeze the trigger, and bodies are hauled off, and other nihilist and anti-establishment lyrics were intended to unleash a wave of cynicism towards authorities, promote the use of heavy drugs, and entice the youth with revolutionary counter-establishment ideas. The retired CIA agent claims the social engineering maneuver was extremely successful. Quote, "We understood at the time that music was a powerful means of propaganda to reach the youth," explained the 77-year-old man. "Our mission was to use teenage angst to our advantage and turn Generation X into a decadent, pro-drug, and anti-establishment culture that would create uprisings and further division."
Now, I know that Rakim ain't part of that. I know that Kane's not part of that. I know that Dead Prez not part of that. I know that Wu-Tang's not part of that. I know that Boot Camp's not part of that. I know that I know Digging in the Crate's not part of that. I know for a fact QB is not part of that. They know Nori and Nas and all them know about Noble Drew Ali. All them know. You think they're calling their stuff Iraq and Left Rack and all that stuff for? Think they don't know? You think boot camp came out just like the Indians in Operation Lockdown and all that for? Because they don't know? The problem is the brand, not the actions of what we're doing. The problem is the brand. Yeah, Styles P, we know that Dougie Fresh knows. We know that he knows. We know. If Granddaddy IU knows, then Cold Chillin knows. And if Cold Chillin knows, then Juice Crew and all of them know. It's the brands, that's the problem. It's not the music, and the brand is the hex. That's what the hex is. If you're talking about hip-hop music and the influence it's supposed to have, it's supposed to make you socially aware of what's going on in the world. That's the purpose of it. And then there's different elements of it that correspond to the elements of the earth. And it's not some music thing only. Dancing is exercise. People spinning on their head and all that stuff, that's supposed to be in the Olympics. That's supposed to be in the Olympics. That's athletics. 500 flares a minute, that's not athletics. The stuff that you're seeing today, that's why I'm riding with Eric Sermon on that. Now you're not gonna call that stuff hip hop. People are tripping. That's not hip hop what we're seeing today. You guys gonna say it's hip hop, but that ain't hip hop. Stop the madness. I don't know what that stuff is, but it's definitely not hip hop. The hip hop had Queen Latifah and MC Light and Roxanne Shante. Those were women. Those were positive message in the music. Not just up there singing about a bunch of crap. Queen Latifah's music was getting sisters to know who they are. MC Light's like that's the female poetess. Giving you the lessons. The female G-Rap, female Nas, female Prodigy. That's MC Light. The female Dead Prez and all that's Queen Latifah. Isis from X-Clan, fezzes up. That's hip-hop. That's not the stuff that you're seeing today, listening to today. They're just calling that stuff hip-hop. That's not it. Now, hip-hop is the nation. Now the nation scattered into the dancers over there doing whatever. The graffiti artists, they're just over there doing whatever. The MCs are over here, they're doing whatever. Just doing whatever. Sing on whatever. Be any commercial. Just be in a commercial. Promoting some European poison to your people that you know your people are gonna buy just because you said it. DJ's over here. Now everything he has is digital records, catching dust and all that stuff. Right? Everybody got too busy into their selfish self. Thought they were the man. Not knowing that this thing is a unified force. It's a unified force. Right. There's a way that it was laid down. It's not that anymore. It hasn't been that for many years. Little, you'll have little pop-ups of it with people who are sticking true to the foundation. But the stuff is some BS right now. Like, if you really think playing something right now is what you should be doing, we already know that you're brainwashed. You already know that they're brainwashed. We know. The brainwash is thick. So don't be fooled by that stuff that they're showing you today and thinking that that's hip-hop or something like that. No, it's not. No, it's not. I don't know what it is, but it's not hip-hop. And as soon as they try to call it that, know that, oh yeah, there they go, working for the other side. There they go, working for the other side. The women want to be whores. The men want to wear clips and pink beads. The men want to wear pink beads and clips with painting their fingernails. Well, Prince was feminine, yeah, but Prince got women though. Like he got women. And you see him with bunch of men. That he was a sex symbol. He wasn't gay. How's he gay? Michael Jackson was a sex symbol. People cry. They see him on the 50th floor balcony waving. They're passing out. But that's not the stuff that we're seeing today. Earth, Wind and Fire and some tight pants, and people today with tight pants, they're not the same. They're not the same. Don't even compare them. Black Panthers, Huey P. and then you see Black Panthers today, and then you think they're the same? They're not the same. They're definitely not the same. Don't play yourself. So don't call this stuff that you're seeing today hip-hop. Get the hell out of here. I don't care what you say. The stuff we're seeing today is not hip-hop. That's its own whatever it is. I don't care what it is, because I don't listen to that BS. Right? When I start hearing that, I'm tuned out automatically. It's the automatic switch. As soon as I hear that BS, bloop, tuned out. I'm somewhere in my mind. I ain't even hearing that. I don't know what they just played. Yo, you heard what he said? Nope. You're Jack. Yeah, shit hop. That's all the hell it is. Honors to all the Moors. Happy Holy Day to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet. Noble Drew Ali did great works for us to be where we're at right now. An ancestor. Give him his honors and his respect. And man honors man, he honors Allah. So if you're going to honor the man who you see in your face, then why can't you honor your ancestors? Why not? What message did I get from what song? Honors to all the Moors. Peace and love to all. Peace and love to all. Just know that he has to get his honors. He put in too much work. He put in too much work. All the work that Noble Drew Ali did, he can't get honors because he's an ancestor. But we're going to honor Allah and pray to Allah and all that. Bow down to some invisible stuff. But the more in your face, you're not going to give him honors? To each his own. So honors to all the Moors worldwide. Enjoy the rest of your holy day. Stay true to the principles. That's all we have. Honors to Noble Drew Ali. Honors to all the Moors worldwide who are faithful. Honors to all the mothers. And especially honors to all the Moors in the chat. Peace and love to all. Islam.
I rap like I'm smuggling drugs, it's not about that. My guns are books, they're giving me looks. On the train reading, seeing but not believing. Ancient bloodline resurrecting front the face of heathens. Still indie, I rap like cloth indigo. Medallions and medals, Nazi locks and kingly rolls are stuffed in knitted tams. Peace to the gods, legend. To the fam that passed, we miss you brethren. And the sisterins fallen to forms of violence. We will speak for you too and won't be silent. Seeing some get a little knowledge, think they know it all. Our crazy mental open stargates and temple wars. Manchurian candidates shoot elders opening doors. Mind control to reject. Deprograms from Moors, priestess. Remain humble, I know the weakest will inherit the earth. Hear me out, chic and chicess. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. You was played you through Martin King and Nelson Mandela. Now you're lost. Installed bones, rocks and fellas. Buying royal teams, living slave masters' dreams. Can't degrade the great seal with pyramid schemes. Sumer knowledge is hidden by numerologists, and they conspire to bury us in tomb colleges. No matter what the offer, they sell out with sign. Strangling whack MCs and rappers with the signature line. I'm not the type to go to church, though I know my power. Scientists do melanin research. No need looking up as above, so below. Some say Horus, but Heru is the hero. Speak strange truth, eat strange fruit. Not swinging from a stem, but a slave noose. Hung by those in dorms, hats with horns. Too much dying for sins without the caps of thorns. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. Our tribe will guide, we will survive. If you need something, just ask God, I will provide. With black lungs, here's energy to outrun cops. Or in under 100 meters, catch Reverend Pork Chops. The soul digger, guns and half quarter bringer. Not the gold Jesus head pendant swinger. Not with the rim spinning, going nowhere, thinking like snails. Not the Muslim, hiding my beautiful wife behind veils. Not the fake prince from Wales, walking on ancestors' blood to get awards in tuxedos with tails. Sirens make young men bail like hay. Get caught, never receive bail right away. Don't get vexed or get American History X or shanked with the made from nothing jail objects. Too many, don't object and stay bonded. Making masters' pockets bigger, currency not grounded. To walk a mile in my shoes, shop Salvation Army. If you wanna disarm, you must harm me. Change it up like a facelift, out this world like spaceships. Mummified my beast state, I'm not a mental patient. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. When we talk, we bless. When we dress, Drew Ali and Garvey badges on my chest. In the honor of Lynch Moore, attach an alpha hex. You had your turn to flex, but Iron Sheik is next. Conscious coons play tough in email wars, back and forth like waves crashing on seashores. Questioning my MC skills like magistrates when KKK men treat you like the savages. Why? Cause they uphold the Constitution. Dred Scott could tell you ex-slaves lack a constitution. In war, for some there's collateral damage. Moors are the shrine of the shrine of maggots. Take heed, matter of fact, take this book that I know you won't read or take a look. won't even turn one page in it. That's why I'm finished teaching y'all the game. Y'all just love to scrimmage. Run to YouTube to quote minions' opinions that stroke your chakras, got you thinking that's wisdom. Knowledge of self means get knowledge of self. You can tap the cell memory on the DNA shelf. Can teach you how to be overt or stealth. Black Peter is Santa slave. That's where they get the L's. For real, told you I'm serious. I'm not joking. You might see the locks, but don't think that I'm smoking. Not cause hybrids claim Europe means that I'm roping and dunking them in fire and brimstone with lava molten. I quicker toss a rapper in the flaming pit and toss a sellout and a trader in the same pit. Rap and be a singers get tossed in too. So with all the Indians that aren't native Hindu, I rep Hannibal, not the cracker like Manson. The first black prez is a Morgo, ask 'em. All these so-called players up in the rap game got brothers on the corner still with cook cocaine. All these so-called players up in the rap game got youth man trying to beat them, losing his brain. All these so-called players up in the rap game got sisters warring and daughters doing the same. All these so-called players up in the rap game. All these so-called players up in the rap game. You can talk the talk, but I won't trip. Since Iron Sheik, I'm asking to see a slave ship. Show me a slave ship boat or a slave ship sail, a slave ship plank or a slave ship nail. I can show you. They would have drowned in piss from 4 months of urination in the big bottom ships. Sleeping on my hair, my neck is crooked for weeks, but chained for months. Slaves jump up and hit the fields. All the black Indians got turned to Negro slaves, black and colored with Euro names on their graves. During Columbus expeditions, Moors got shipped to Europe and returned to be burned and whipped, branded, under and overhanded. Andrew Jackson tried to kill us when the Seminoles banded. Haitian Moors used Yoruba, formed an alliance and gained serpentine fire through American science. All these so-called players up in the rap game got brothers on the corner still with cook cocaine. All these so-called players up in the rap game got youth man trying to beat them, losing his brain. All these so-called players up in the rap game got sisters warring and daughters doing the same. All these so-called players up in the rap game. All these so-called players up in the rap game. Intelligence. If he's got a gun and badge as his defense, my offense is my rights with intelligence. Colors on our nations, just a semblance. Babylon's wall will fall with intelligence. I'm back, more sheep, more iron, more heads in the hands and front mics crying, more props. Big up yourself, you sellout agent. Stopped at the light, nodding to this in your conveyance. General Khalid Muhammad said he's a more. Fake Nuwapians say don't put L after your. Fake NOI burn Elijah Pool Bay pics. All you could do is break my bones with stones and sticks. Toronto, conscious cool time for boule clones. No entry with a felony, lectures over the phone. With intelligence, hence we don't break, we bend. Send energy back and forth in sequence, forth and back. Most don't want me on a track. I tell rappers about their tight shirts and showing ass cracks, not actions. Ignorance makes you a sinner. Get out from under and understand, conscious beginner. Become energy dinner or appetizers. Speakers beg my flow to come through the amplifiers. With no mic check, few takes through mic wires. Gas rappers, co-defendants are gas liars. If he's got a gun and badge as his defense, my offense is my rights with intelligence. Colors on our nations, just a semblance. Babylon's wall will fall with intelligence. Some call the racists having us in their pens cause of your ignorance and no intelligence. Colors on our nations, just a semblance. Babylon's wall will fall with intelligence. Alchemists on beats, no full metal. Rapping dummies, glimmering ignorance wells and sea pebbles. You got nothing, frontin' like it's precious stones. Think you got money cause they gave you a loan. In the mirror, do you see X or P Newton? Do you see a black or more or a European? Do you see a Trimbegonian or Jamaican? Or a member of Earth's first population? What do you see in the mirror? A goddess like T or a sellout? Supporting Master Hill figure. Ask in the mirror, how you look at straight vainness? Negroes see the God by acting aptness. Some look and see wives of self-shapeshift. Some look and find the truth in eyes dark places. Revlon and Maybelline fake faces. Makeup can't hide ex-slave mental cases. With blonde weaves, that's not bad of course. For forgot to mention Rome, blonde hair, identified horse. We are not guilty but want to be innocent. Guilt is responsible, intelligence. He's got a gun and badge as his defense. My offense is my rights with intelligence. Colors on our nations, just a semblance. Babylon's wall will fall with intelligence. Some call the racists having us in their pens cause of your ignorance and no intelligence. Colors on our nations, just a semblance. Babylon's wall will fall with intelligence.
Islam Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors. Peace to the Moors in the chat. Just want to clear up some stuff. You have some temples out here talking crazy. So there's a temple out here talking crazy. And when you pull up a temple, pull up a temple and they got fake buildings on their stuff, when you pull up their address and their website comes up, and then you go on their website and they got fake stuff up there. So for example, when you pull up Canaanland Moors, Moorish Science Temple of America, 2530 Eglinton Avenue West, you get a building with a sign, a door, right? The building comes up. Not a website coming up, a building comes up. Building where people go, called the Moorish Science Temple of America. So once you look them up and a building doesn't pop up, they're probably some type of fraud playing some type of game. Because if they're claiming to be Moorish Science Temple of America, a building should come up. Something should come up. Somewhere should come up. Whether it's their house, whether it's their room, whether it's somewhere with an address should pop up. With a sign outside saying Moorish Science Temple. But because a lot of these people aren't qualified, they're doing their own thing in order to be a temple. So this bootleg temple that we have here, they're going around talking about our authority, which is at the back of the 101 questionnaire, is the charter for the Moorish Science Temple of America. And then you want to know how come people don't support the Moorish Science Temple of America? Because of all this BS that people are doing with the Moorish info. Because of all this BS that they're doing. There's no way that our authority is a charter. There's no way. It's just impossible. It's impossible that our authority is a charter. How is it impossible? It doesn't take a lot. It's very easy. It's very simple. It's very simple to figure out. Like we say, Noble Drew Ali brought everything it takes to save a nation and told Moors, take it and save themselves. And instead of saving themselves, Moors want to enslave people. Have them not being able to figure out what's going on. Right? Our authority, back of the 101 questionnaire. Right? So everybody's always focusing on the number and it's filed, so we can go to, and all we have to do is put that number on a paper, and now we're a temple. No, you're not. That's fraud. Because our authority isn't the charter for the Moorish Science Temple of America, the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Our authority is not the charter. Well, you can't say that because that's where we get our authority. So our authority means the charter. Noble Ali told these Moors at the bottom of the 101 questionnaire, see Heard's Revised Statute, chapter 32, 36. And he gave Moors the reference point. So they can't say they don't know. He gave them the reference point. So when you go to section 35 and 36, when you go to section 35 and 36, which now is Religious Corporations Act, not Heard's Revised Statute anymore, right? Or 805 ILCS, and then they like to quote stuff, make it sound like they're smart or something like that. This is what is going on. Section 35. Any church, congregation, or society formed for the purpose of religious worship may become incorporated in the manner of the following: by electing or appointing, according to its usage or customs, at any meeting held for that purpose, 2 or more of its members as trustees, wardens, and vestrymen, or such other officers whose powers and duties are similar to those of trustees, as shall be agreeable to the usages and customs, rules, or regulations of such congregation, church, or society, and may adopt a corporate name, and upon the filing of the affidavit, as hereinafter provided, it shall be and remain a body politic and corporate by the name so adopted. Section 36. The chairman or secretary of such meeting shall, as soon as may be after such meeting, make and file in the office of the recorder in the county in which the such congregation, church, or society is organized, which shall be recorded by such recorder, an affidavit substantially in the following form. And then he gave you the form, the format. And then you check what Noble Ali did, and then you see that it's the same format, right? They give you the format. What's key here? Key is that as shall be agreeable to the usages and customs, rules, or regulations of such congregation, church, or society, and may adopt a corporate name, and upon the filing of the affidavit, not the charter, the affidavit. So our authority is an affidavit. Our authority is not a charter. A charter is not an affidavit. Affidavit, charter, 2 separate things. So why are these Moors lying and telling people that our authority is a charter? Why don't they just go to Grand Major Temple and go get a charter? Why lie? When clearly our authority is an affidavit. Obviously, our authority is an affidavit. Affidavit. A written or printed declaration or statement of facts made voluntarily and confirmed by the oath or affirmation of the party making it, taken before an officer having authority to administer such oath. An affidavit is a written declaration under oath made without notice to the adverse party. Our authority. I, Noble Drew Ali. I, Noble Drew Ali. Moorish Holy Temple of Science. Held at Chicago in the county of Cook and state of Illinois on the 20th day of July, AD 1928, for the purpose of the following person were appointed sheikhs, trustees, according to the rules and usages of such Moorish Holy Temple of Science, do solemnly swear, oath, that at a meeting of the members of Noble Drew Ali, Mealy L, Small Bay, Lovett Bay, and Foreman Bay, the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad to propagate the faith and extend the learning and truth of the great Prophet of Ali in America, to appoint and consecrate missionaries of the Prophet and to establish the faith of Muhammad in America. And said Moorish Holy Temple of Science adopted as its corporate name the following: Moorish Science Temple of America. And at said meeting, this affiant acted as presiding officer, trustee, subscribed and sworn oath before me, 20th day of July, 1928, Noble Drew Ali. This is an affidavit in order for Moors to go from a civic organization to a religious corporation. That was the purpose of this affidavit. Now that you're a religious corporation, now Noble Drew Ali came out and told these Moors, the Moorish Science Temple of America is a lawfully chartered and incorporated organization. Any subordinate temple that desires to receive a charter, the Prophet has them to issue to every state throughout the United States, etc., that the world may hear and know the truth, that among the descendants of Africa there is still much wisdom to be learned in these days for the redemption of the sons of men, under love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So when you go and you look up charter, that's why we have dictionaries to go look up stuff that we don't know the meaning of, so we don't sound like a jackass when we're teaching people this information. So when you go look up charter, tells you that a charter is an instrument emanating from the sovereign power in the nature of a grant, either to the whole nation or to a class or portion of people, or to a colony or dependency, and assured to them certain rights, liberties, or powers. Such was the Great Charter, Magna Carta, and such was also, and such also were the charters granted to certain of the English colonies in America. So let's go from the top. An instrument emanating from the sovereign power. The sovereign power is Noble Drew Ali. The sovereign power is Allah. The sovereign power is the Moorish Empire. The sovereign power is the Moorish nation. The sovereign power is their free national name. The sovereign power is everything that makes you who it is that you are. Declared and proclaimed. Free national. The sovereign power is what the people, the body politic, the sovereign power is what the people give to the quote-unquote officials, the trustees, the leadership, the whatever. The leadership doesn't have the power on their own. They don't have the sovereign power. The leadership gets the sovereign power from the people who give them some of their sovereign power to be leaders over them. So when you go and check for yourself, because it's not that this stuff is that hard. The problem is that you've had traitors. You've had traitors around you. When you go to Noble Drew Ali and you get the charter, this is the charter for the Moorish Science Temple of America. This is not an affidavit. This is not our authority. This is the instrument. This is the instrument. Let's look it up again. The instrument emanating from the sovereign power in the nature of a grant, either to the whole nation or to a class or portion of the people. Then what Drew Ali say? Any subordinate temples that desires to receive a charter, any subordinate temple that desires to receive a charter, the Prophet has them to issue to every state. So there's no jurisdiction where Moors should be saying, that, well, there's no temple here. Why is there no temple here? Because charters are supposed to be issued to every state from the Grand Major Temple. Every. You know what every is? Every. Every. So what is going on here? Why is Noble Drew Ali doing this? Right? Why is he doing this? Right? Remember, this is the charter right here. So let's just check what this charter is about. Let's check what this charter is about. Let's check. This is what the charter says. Hear ye, jurisdiction aforesaid, by virtue of whose authority it exists, while acting in conformity with the laws, rules, and regulations of the home temple, and the said subordinate temple aforesaid being duly and lawfully organized, constituted, and established, is hereby authorized and empowered to initiate and confer the degrees of said temple, in accordance with the established forms and usages upon all such persons as are duly and lawfully qualified, to promote and practice the teachings of all the true and divine prophets, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, etc. The officers and members who benefit under this charter, not affidavit, under this charter, do hereby pledge themselves, oath, to act at all times in obedience to the commands and edicts of the illustrious Noble Drew Ali, the founder and head of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. The Home Office can at any time suspend, revoke, take away this charter or warrant of authority if, in the judgment of our Grand Ruler and Prophet Noble Drew Ali, said subordinate temple has violated any of the principles or rules of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science. In testimony whereof I have hereunto subscribed my name and affixed the seal of the said Moorish Holy Temple of Science. So the affidavit set up the Moorish Science Temple of America. The charter is what authorizes and empowers the initiation of the degrees in accord with the established forms and usages upon all such persons that are duly and lawfully qualified. Qualified means you have to be in the Moorish Science Temple of America adept chamber in order to even get a charter. Man, no dingbat off the street is getting a charter for the Moorish Science Temple of America. You have to go through the adept chamber to be able to have a charter. And all these Moors out here, all these Moors, I don't care what their name is, if they're claiming leadership in the Moorish divine and national movement, trust me, they know who Kudro El is, and they know that it went through the adept chamber. By now, 2023, trust me, anybody claiming to be Moorish, anything relative to Noble Drew Ali, anyone claiming anything, they know Canaanland Moors, Moorish Science Temple. They know who we are. We didn't just pop up yesterday. We've been here doing what three-quarters of these temples haven't been doing. 3/4 of them haven't been doing what they're supposed to do. And they've been around for who knows how long they've been around. When you have a temple in any county, you have to record your trustee and members like the prophet did. When you have a temple in any county, you have to go out there to the hedges and highways and stop playing Moorish Science Temple Lodge with people. The authority comes from the membership. Because if there's no members, Grand Sheikh, Grand Governor, Grand Secretary, Grand Treasurer, Grand Mufti, Grand Assistant Secretary are useless. What are they there for if there's no members? They serve zero purpose if there's no members. So obviously, the members are the power in the Moorish Science Temple of America, not the leadership. The fact that the members have a nationality card, they can create their own trust because they're nationals. And old business stays as it is. All new business, do it in your free national name. So all the property that they've been gathering since they were Negro, black, colored, or whatever, once they proclaim their nationality, they better do something with that stuff that they got that they call their property. They better do something with it, because it's not for the temple to do something with it. What's the temple doing with your couch at your house? What are we doing with your, why is your couch in the temple's trust? Why is your car in the temple's trust? Why? Are you doing temple affairs with your car? Bet you're not. Bet you're doing your personal private stuff with your property. Now again, when you go to the charter, again, you have Noble Drew Ali. You have Noble Drew Ali. And then you have all these images. Right, this is why they don't want to give this to the people. Right, this is why they don't want to give this to the people. This is why they want to play Noble Drew Ali trust games and have you think that they are the authority over Noble Drew Ali stuff when these people have been traders for 100 years. They already robbed your treasury. They already lost Unity Hall. Well, why are you trusting these people? What are you trusting them for? They look like they're about your best interests? Changing parcel to partial, copywriting Circle 7, copywriting Handshake, copywriting Eye of Allah and all this and trying to claim BS? So this is the 10 wonders of Noble Drew Ali. The camel, pyramid, fez, handshake, Eye of Allah, crescent, crescent moon, star, circle 7, lion, and the lamb, and the sphinx. The story goes, Noble Drew Ali traveled to Egypt, receiving our authority, agreeing to unify all to Allah by teaching Islam and Moorish science to the rich and poor, returning them to the state of their ancient forefathers. Let's go so you can see it in real time. Let's go so you see it in real time. The story goes, Noble Drew Ali traveled into Egypt and received our authority, agreeing to unify all to Allah by teaching them Islam and Moorish science to the rich and the poor, returning them to the state of their ancient forefathers. And then right there, just blow it up so you can see, so people don't try to make you. See right there, it says charter. It says charter, right? Charter. There's this charter, right? And you see this is our authority. It doesn't even mention charter in there. No, it doesn't. You know, it doesn't mention charter in there. It doesn't mention charter in there. The reason why they're telling you the affidavit is the charter, because then anybody could go around, get an affidavit from the back of the 101 questionnaire and start parading as if they're Moorish Science Temple and steal your finance. We know they're stealing your finance because these people are out here with their virtual convention telling you about 199 notes. 199 notes? $99 notes to register for a convention? It's virtual? You're not even in person? It's virtual. And then they got Carl and Anaya O'Neill, 6-figure executive, whatever. They got Astarius Miraculi, master healer, whatever. They got Drew Ali, 6-figure financial advocate. What are those? What's Drew Ali doing lecturing about 6-figure financial advocate, personal business, credit restoration and all that? What's Drew Ali doing that for? Highway robbery. This is what they're about. rob you. Have their site with their little bootleg thing make you think, oh, there's a bench there, and a canopy. Oh, that's their temple. No, it's not. That's a fiction. That's not their temple. This is our temple right here. You can go there right now and see that it's a building there. You see that there's a sign there. See that there's hours of operation. These people going virtual. And then dumb people fall in for this stuff. And then want to know how come stuff isn't working out. Things aren't being figured out. All the BS remains the same. And then they're going to lie. Then they're going to lie. They're going to lie and tell you that our authority is a royal charter. A royal charter is granted by the king. Noble Drew Ali is not a king. Mealy L is not a king. Small Bay is not a king. Lovett Bay is not a king. Foreman Bay is not a king. They're not kings. So they don't have authority to issue any royal charter. What's up with the birth certificate? Why are people telling you to authenticate it? Because they're a package seller. That's why. They're telling you authenticate the birth certificate because they're a package seller and they're stealing your finance. That's why they're telling you. Because they're going to charge you some hundreds or thousands to authenticate the birth certificate when the stuff is 40 notes. You just go down to the office and get it authenticated. It ain't no big deal. There's no secret. But they know people are dumb. So they're going to tell them authenticate the birth certificate to steal their finance. This is what they're about. This is why these Moors don't have this stuff figured out yet. Because they keep following dumb people. They keep following dumb people. But isn't it a human trafficking document? It's a corporate trafficking document. Because on the birth certificate, it names in all caps, right? That's a straw man. That's not a human being. But for the sake of argument, yeah, it's a human trafficking it's a human trafficking device. It's a human trafficking operation. Once the birth certificate gets authenticated, you just made it real now. Like a big dummy. Which is the whole plan of them pushing authentication of it so that the birth certificate could be real. Now they could really take it and monetize it. You thought they would monetize it before because your parents' signature on it. No, now you're grown and you're going to authenticate it. You're going to give it validation. Right? You're not conveying no person. You did not create that person on the birth certificate. You didn't create that. Is that your birth certificate? Did you create that document? Or did somebody, some colonial office, send you that document after your parents filled out the application? How do you get that document? Did you create that at your house? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. A colonial, modern European fraud created that document. Now you're going to go say, oh, this document, I'm going to authenticate this document. I'm going to authenticate this fake document that I know is fake because there's a straw man on it and that's not a person. So obviously this document has nothing to do with a human being. So what are you going and claiming that for? When Drew Ali said declare your nationality, with us, all members must. All members must. Once you proclaim your nationality, that's who you are. You got ID to say that's who you are? Yeah, okay, so that's who you are. What are you claiming birth certificates for? That's not you. You know that's not you. You know the all capital letters name's not you. So why are you claiming that for? Why are you authorizing a fraudulent document? You're authorizing a fraudulent document, and then we've been hearing about authenticate since 2008 when we came into this information. It's 2023 right now, and nobody has shown you whatever benefit they got from authenticating the birth certificate. No one. No one has showed you. No one has shown you a $1 million exemption account where they discharge all their debts to. No one has shown you that. Not one individual since 2008 has came out and showed you the exemption account worth $1 million that they got because they authenticated the birth certificate. They filed a UCC1, and then now they're the secured creditor. Not one. Not one. Right? You have to convey your person from their jurisdiction. That's not your person, and they don't have any jurisdiction. How they have jurisdiction when they're a foreigner? What jurisdiction do they have? What jurisdiction do they have? Stop this foolishness. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Don't even trust any of these people. Peace and love to all the Moors. All the Moors in the chat. Honors to you. Islam.